Hi, my name is Stacy Davenport, and I want to tell you about some books that I have written. So, I am a dyslexia interventionist, and I could tell you all about everything that I know. But what I really want to tell you is that in my classes, I was helping some students to remediate their reading. And while I was doing that, I realized that they really needed some extra support, and not just in learning words and how to read them, but what they look like inside a story. So I can't draw, and I went to my husband and asked if he would take some pictures with me in front of a green screen so that I could put them on backgrounds and make these stories for my students. And when I did that, my husband was really gracious and he agreed to do that with me. And then I showed it to my students and they all begged me to be in the books. So what came out of that is a whole series of books for my students and maybe for your students too, or your children. And this is them. So I'm going to show you one of them and kind of what it looks like. And then I'm going to be providing resources throughout the time that I have this YouTube channel. So the first one that I'm going to show you is just this one. It is Sam, Nick, and Rick. And the names of my students have been changed just to protect them, but they were super gracious and they loved taking pictures. So each book will tell you, this one I kind of picked in the middle. And this is book number 10, and it tells you that it's one syllable words with short vowel sounds A, I, O, and U. So it doesn't have E yet. And then it also has the digraph CK. So what I noticed is that a lot of my kids who are really struggling with reading, they struggle with digraphs. And so what I did is the first time something is introduced, then I put it in a different color. So what you're going to see when you open up the book, it has a little dedication, and then it has a little note to the parents on how the book works. And then it starts with the English alphabet. So what I really believe in is environmental print. And I tried to find pictures that would go with environmental print, things that children would see print on. And so when they see it, they will remember more because it actually says that name. So for example, bus usually says bus on it, and eggs usually say eggs on it. And so I tried. Some things didn't work as well as you would hope that they would, but that is what they are. And so it goes through the pages of the alphabet. And so you would go through those with your students or your kids. And then it has just the vowel sounds. So just to practice those again by themselves. And then if your book includes digraphs or whatever else it includes, then they're going to be on the next pages and it will show you something for those. And then there's going to be a page that will tell you exactly what is in the book. So this one has types of sounds in the book. It has consonants. It has the short vowels A, I, O, and U. It has the consonant digraphs SH, which we've already introduced in this series, and that's why it's not in pink. And then it has CK because that's your new one, and that's the one that will be highlighted in this book. So then word patterns in this book are just one syllable words, and they will be with a short vowel. And then high frequency words used in this book are a, and the. And the new high frequency words that are introduced, so every book has new, well, most of them have new high frequency words that are introduced, but they all have high frequency words. And then the new ones in here are her and has. And then if there's any vocabulary that is used in a way that a student might not usually use, then I put it here in blue and then I put a little definition. And when they see it in the book, in the story, it will be in blue. So all of those things will be highlighted. In the very first books that I wrote, then all of the high frequency words are highlighted in yellow. And then it changes as you go along. As they get used to those words, then I take those out of yellow so that it's normal for them. Okay, so this one will just be the introduction to the book title, Sam, Nick, and Rick, and then it will go through. And so when you see it, it only has those things. So it will introduce the characters. This is Sam, this is Nick and Rick. They picked their names. I gave them a list to choose from, and we picked some that had digraphs in them so that they would be the star characters of these books. And then as you keep going, this is about Sam has luck. And it goes through because it's kind of funny because Sam is the one who has luck and the boys don't have luck. And so it keeps going through the story as things that they are not able to do, but she is able to do. And it's super sweet. So at the end, there's a duck. In every book, there's an animal. In the first few books, before I get into the beginning sounds with sounds that you clip, like b, how you clip it, then I always have like a duck, a rat, different things. But then later, I use my parents' dog. And so he's kind of sneakily in every story, and it's very, very cute. And the kids love him. So then it goes through, and this one has a duck, and then it ends with something, and then it ends with Sam has luck. So it's super sweet. They're short stories. They are all decodable. They're readable for kids, and it's a great way for kids to practice. So what I have found is that when my kids really they want to read a book and they want to hold a book, and it's not just words or sentences or things that they would practice on a worksheet, but they want to read a book. But when I give them a book, they're sad and frustrated because all of the books are culturally relevant and they have names like Lakeisha or something like that, and they don't know how to read it. And so they get frustrated right in the beginning. And even if it's a level 1, it's not their level 1. And for struggling readers, that's really difficult. And so these books are controlled phonics books. They go through each section and they tell you what the new phonics concept is. And I know that phonics is not enough for kids. They need their high frequency words, and then they will start learning other words. But for our struggling readers, we need to give them a place to begin, and we need to give them a strong foundation. And that's what this series is for. So you can find this series on Amazon, and I have them on Kindle, and I have them also in paperback, and they can be ordered. And I will be putting resources online to support you in how you help your students with these. So this is just the introduction, and thank you for your time, and look forward to talking to you more soon. Thanks.